almost the summer solstice. The sun is so far north, and in order to get the colors, I have to swing so far, and the trees begin to cover it up. Amazing, pretty. Let's breathe together. Start with your posture and on your back, in your bed, on the floor, the sofa, maybe the recliner kicked back. Your legs uncrossed. And just notice yourself and notice if there's any tension, and begin to learn your own body and where your points are, where the tension gathers. Some of us, it gathers in our jaw, and by releasing our jaw, we get a full body response. Some of us in our shoulders. Two good spots to check and release. Dropping your shoulders down, releasing your jaw. Eyelids are another place to get a full body response. Release your eyelids. On the back of your skull, right below that rounded space, the occipital ridge. Release it and feel it drop. Now aware of your breath and pulling it in through both nostrils. Pulling it down. As you pull it down, the diaphragm moves down and pushes on the internal organs, and your belly rounds up. And as you continue pulling, you round across the rib cage. And continuing to pull the air in, you round across the chest. And at the top, release the breath and let it flow out. Flowing out either through the nose or the mouth or both. And let it flow out all the way back down to the bottom. Your body gently lengthens and flattens. And then pull the air in again, pulling it in through both nostrils. If you can, the nostrils have that ability to warm and filter and humidify the air. So keep breathing. That long breath. Can you hear the birds in the background? Two little birds are sitting on the deck rail. Continue breathing in and rounding up, filling all the way to the top, and then letting go and letting it flow out. Letting it flow out all the way back down, and at the bottom, pulling the air again, pulling it in and pulling it down. And down at the bottom of the lungs, the bottom lobes of the lungs is where the majority of the exchange between carbon dioxide and oxygen takes place, because that's where the majority of the blood flow is, in the lungs. So continue the long, whole body, complete breath, pulling it down, inhaling through both nostrils, rounding up, and then letting it go and letting it flow out. Gently rounding up on the inhale and lengthening and flattening on the exhale. Good. When we're breathing, we're working with that long vagus nerve that originates in the brain and flows down through the body and branches out and wanders through the body. The word vagus is a wanderer. And so this nerve wanders, and as we breathe and we stimulate our whole body, we stimulate and tone this nerve. And the tension that we carry, hold in our neck, our shoulders, our back, impedes the flow. And one of the exercises that we use for that trapezius muscle, that big muscle that starts at the base of the skull and goes out to the shoulders and comes down in the low back. And it gets its name from the shape. Loosely place your hands on your elbows and rest your arms and your hands against your body, down by your belly button, wherever your arms fall. To do the exercise, the face is forward and held forward, and the elbows and the shoulders move out to the left as you hold your face forward. And breathe as you hold them out. And then come back to center, making sure your arms stay low, keeping your face forward, and move your elbows and your hands and your shoulders all the way to the right. And hold and breathe. And then back to center. Now raise your arms up to the level of your chest, at the level of your heart. And do the same movement, face forward, arms and hands and shoulders to the left, checking your face and making sure it's forward, holding and breathing. And then back to center and all the way to the right, face forward, arms, shoulders, and hands to the right, and breathe. Good. Now back to center. Raise the arms up. If they'll come all the way up to your forehead, do that. Take them as high as you can, comfortably. And now the same motion, face forward, arms and hands all the way to the left. Checking your face, making sure it's forward. The tendency is to move the head. So notice and keep it straight. Continuing to breathe, move back to center and over to the right. Face forward and hold and breathe. And back to center. Great exercise. Great exercise to use multiple times during the day, especially when we've been using little devices or our computers and we stand up. It's good to do that exercise and let that trapezius muscle feel the effects and adjust and make space for the vagus nerve. That vagus nerve, such a friend. It does so many things, but one of the things that we're so interested in is how when the vagus nerve is operating optimally, it allows us to move easily from those challenges of life or thoughts back to that neutral space rather than getting stuck. So it's a good exercise to do. Try it in your life. This morning as we breathe together, keep that long, complete whole breath going. Pull it in, and when you get the breath full all the way to the top, at the very top, take in 3 sniffs and fill the last bit of space. And then let the air flow out, either through your mouth or your nose or both. And at the bottom, do 3 puffs. Poof, poof, poof. Do it again. Long, complete breath, sniffing at the top. Long, complete exhale, puffing at the bottom. Good, do it several times. And then on the next time, after the sniffs in at the top, let go with that long sigh. That great breath that they found created the ability to continue receiving the benefits during the 24-hour time period if you only practiced for 5 minutes in the morning. Do it again. Inhale, sniff in, and then exhale and let it flow out. Good. Continuing the long whole body breath, rounding up on the inhale, exhaling as the body lengthens and flattens. Continuing the breath, our attention on the inside with our eyes rolled up, our body quiet. And this morning, let's create a bubble. Let's create a bubble around ourselves. And as the breath flows in and out, the bubble gradually increases and gradually gets a little smaller, following the flow of the breath. And inside the bubble, it's just us. And inside the bubble, we hear music, and it's beautiful. It's a frequency. Oh, and we recognize the frequency. It's the frequency of love. And now as we breathe, we feel our heart involved. And we fill the bubble with love. And as we inhale and we exhale, we create that frequency of love. And then our mind wanders. Whoops, that's outside the bubble. Come back in the bubble. Thoughts are okay, they're just outside that bubble. Just stay and breathe and round up on the inhale and feel your bubble expand. And gently lengthen and flatten as the bubble contracts just a little. And the music of love plays, and your heart participates. And you breathe that full, complete breath and sit in the bubble, in that beautiful frequency of love. And anytime something comes along that takes you outside of that bubble, just notice it and know that you have this beautiful bubble to step into. And with your breath and your attention and the love that's in your heart, you can create this bubble and a place to be. And when you're in your life today and things that you notice or hear or see or think are outside this wonderful frequency of this bubble of love, just step back in and observe what's going on around you from within the bubble. And breathe in and round out. And breathe out and gently lengthen and flatten. The beautiful music of love. It's yours. You created it. Enjoy it. And during the day, when the things around you pull you out, step back in and breathe. Breathe the frequency of love. It's contagious to everyone around you. Stay if you'd like for a little bit, and I'll let the birds and bowls play. May the long-time sun shine upon you today, and all that love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on.